Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Get.
It's the motherfucking Good Guys podcast, man.
Back again.
With another one, dog. It's episode 139. Ace slicking this motherfucker. Go ahead.
We got another special guest for y'all, man. Another DMV native, PG County native. My boy Trevon Shorts. Don't know. Let me see. Shit, we can start with the. We can start with the new. We can start with the old shit. You can start with being just the 3-star recruit. We can start with you coming out of Pop Warner. We can start. My man played arena football. My boy played in college. Shit, we got a lot to talk about on this job. I ain't even hold you. We can start with new shit. Start running back and linebacker for the Albany Empire, currently Arena Football League. They just won the championship. Matter of fact, y'all back-to-back champions.
Yeah, back-to-back. Trying 3-peat this year.
Yes, sir. Going back for the 3. Hey, that's all right. I ain't even gonna hold you.
No bullshit.
Hey, we gonna be out there for that one. They go back again. We got slide.
Albany, what, New York?
Yeah, that's New York.
Yeah.
We go in them city this shit. We in there.
Oh, yeah.
Man, all right. So let's see. Let's start with a quick background.
How you get started playing football?
Yeah, what was your first like real insight into football? What age was it?
All right, so when I was probably like 5, 6, I grew up around Forest Creek, and we used to always play little games out back and all that.
Throwback.
Yeah, throwback. I used to always play with the older dudes.
Shout out to Creek.
Yeah, one thing about me, my father and my grandma used to always say I always like had a knack of finding a person with the ball. Like, I just always found somebody with the ball, so she was pressing me to play that year. But even that year, she ended up passing away, and I started my first year of football up at Forestville Falcons. Yeah, played
High school?
Nah, that's probably my cousin played
there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I played there most of my life. I might say everybody up there like family to me still.
That's all right.
Shit, we could make a point on that, on how important shit like that is to the community, bro.
Yeah, I told you I was yesterday during Thanksgiving. They had a little my Forestville family. They had a little Thanksgiving 707 and all that, and I was just sitting there looking at everybody all grown, bro, just taking all my young men. I'm like, man, y'all making me feel old.
I played for Marlow Heights. I wish we had did that shit. We'd still be connected like that. Played for the Hurricanes.
Seeing my coaches, I was really thinking. I told you, had a couple little drinks on me, started getting them. I'm like, man, really love y'all, man.
Flashbacks all day.
Nah, really.
To still be connected, like, what, over 10, 15 years later, to still be connected, that's all right. That's real family right there.
Definitely need to be more.
So we could talk about. We could talk a little bit about your high school years. You said you went to O'Connell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about them years when you first really started probably laying that iron on the field as far as getting a name for yourself. Was that high school years or Pop Warner or what?
I might say Pop Warner. I was always just like that dude. Even I might say I told you my 8th grade year in Pop Warner, we had a little team, an all-star team. I got selected out of like 3,000 kids.
Right.
Like to be one of the linebackers, and I was blessed to start some of the games.
You say it was like Trevon Diggs was on that team?
We had a whole bunch of dudes on that team. We had probably like 12 All-Americans on that team. All we got.
What you said? You talking about Diggs? Who you say was on that team? Diggs? Who else?
I might say, I don't know. We had another dude, Terrence Davis, Richard Murray, Shane Simmons.
That's a baller.
Lorenzo Harris.
Said Chase Young was out there too.
Yeah, Chase was out there. Yeah, that's all right.
Who else was on that team? Tino Ellis.
Yeah.
He played with the Dolphins right now.
That's all right. Shout out to all them PG County all over. Yeah, that's all right.
Most of them in this area.
Shout out to
County, Moco.
Shout out to the Maryland boys.
You said O'Connell was like a Catholic school, you said, right?
It was in the WCAC, so...
What was that like, going from... What middle school you went to?
I went to Thurgood, you know.
Like Thurgood?
I told you from around the way.
Yeah, so what was it like going from Thurgood to...
Imagine we went to Thurgood too. I don't know.
So it was a complete culture shock. I ain't even gonna lie. Off break going into the class. So the first 2 weeks, told you the freshmen had to come in early. They had to like teach us how to take notes for real. But
coming to school early?
They had the freshmen come 2 weeks early, teach us how to take notes, because they told us if you can't keep up with it now, you ain't gonna be able to make it in school. So Even there, mind you, third girl, we like the Joan playing class.
Right.
I'm in that drink
Fuck
playing
around in the
class,
hallways.
Yeah, I'm playing
You
class.
damn near can't take notes. Y'all playing so what?
I'm messing with little drinks in my class, all that. People looking at me like I'm retarded. Like I'm like, dang.
That's something. Hey, look, that's something my father was always telling me too back then. It's like in y'all school, like, y'all playing and shit. But when you go to a different school, they looking
Shit
at you like,
completely different.
yeah, they looking at you like, boy, you in the way. Like, I'm trying to learn today. The fuck.
Mind you, I had a coach too.
I'm trying to learn
I
today.
had a coach at O'Connell, Coach Corona. This man was intended on breaking me. Like, real life, breaking my little, like, third good habits.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to really get me to be a model student. I mean, one day, bro, I got in trouble. I was throwing paper balls in class, bro. My white man's Andy, he threw a paper ball at me, hit me on the shoulder. I'm like, I like that, I got him.
Gotta get him back. Get back.
I throw the joint back. He ducked. He ducked. That joint hit our teacher in the back of the head, right? I'm like, oh. Mind you,
Hey,
my teacher at the time, we in algebra. She a 67-year-old nun
Damn.
named Sister Elizabeth.
You did say with the cabinet school.
Man,
A 68-year-old nun.
Sister Elizabeth played no games. I might say so. We used to call her nickname students, like that was from like Maryland and all that. We used to call her Sister E Street because she used to go hard. So she turned around, max out. I'm like, oh. She like, so who threw the paper ball? So you know me, I'm thugging. I'm in the back like,
I ain't got in trouble for laughing so hard.
Look, I'm in the gym like, who threw the paper ball? Like, so she like, all right. Since nobody gonna tell me who threw the paper ball, we about to just do classwork until that, like just out the book. I'm like, all right.
Fuck it, yeah.
I said, I can't take that punishment because you know that joint gonna be mean. So I said, we doing the work. So probably like 10 minutes later.
Shout out to nobody for snitching.
Yeah, bro, look,
He said 10 minutes later.
10 minutes later.
I was waiting for it.
Look, 10 minutes later,
waiting for
she say something again. She was like, are y'all serious? Nobody really gonna say nothing to this? I'm like, all right. So I'm like, man, I'm trying to hope nobody fold on me. I'm trying nervous in the joint, right? So I'm like, man, all right, I'm looking around, nobody can fold. This white girl stands up.
Fuck.
I'm like, oh.
God damn it.
She say,
Hey.
I threw the paper ball. I'm like, oh,
God.
Freedom Writers,
I said, oh, okay.
Plot twist like a motherfucker.
Next day come around, right? Because girl gets sent out to class. They take her to the office and all that. Next day come around. The assistant principal is the JV coach. This is my freshman year. So he's my head coach on my team, my JV year, high school. He come up to me. He said, man, why you let that little girl take up for you like that? I said, I'm in the cafeteria. I said, what you talking about? Mind you, I said just like that, like, what you talking about? He talking about, why did you let the little girl take up for you for throwing the paper ball? And I'm like, he was like, man, you don't even know you had the little girl crying, she was about to get expelled and some more. So I was like, oh, expelled. So
For a paper ball.
So the next day, right after lunch, I had that class. So I already knew like what was coming on the next class. So I go back in the class, right? I go sit down, teacher stop the class. Everybody quiet. She said, so I found out that she wasn't the real culprit. So until the real culprit stops being a coward.
Go smack at you.
Yeah, go smack at you, right? and confess to it. We just gonna stay in the book. So, now, mind you, I told you, I already knew it was gonna be something like
your
this.
Your coach already put you on game.
So I'm already sitting there. I'm like this, sitting there with my head down, doing my work in my book. She won't go to my desk. I'm still sitting there like this, like not paying her no attention. She gonna kick my desk. She talking about Mr. Shorts. I know it was you. I was like,
finally, shit.
I said, I know you know it was me. she's like, after school, come here after school. Like I had detention with her, so we had 2 separate detentions. And because if the nuns gave you detention, they wanted you to do something for them. But if a regular teacher gave you detention, you had to go to like after school detention with everybody in the room, right?
You had to go with her.
Yeah, so I had to go with her. She called me to a room. I'm thinking I'm about, mind you, this is my first time with the nuns detention. So I'm like, bad.
You don't know what they
I'm thinking I'm about to just be in a room. I'm about to just use this study hall period, do my homework before practice. I'm like, yeah, bet. I come in that joint. She tell me, she was like, yeah, get up, follow me. I'm like, oh,
Yo.
mind you, I get to follow her. She take me to a little part of the school. I seen this part, but I've never been in this part of the school. Get to walking through the joint. Mind you, this the nuns living headquarters. Like the nuns real life lived at the school. So I'm like,
hold up, what's going on?
oh man, like
what you about to have me do?
yeah. So I'm walking through. I'm like, oh man. So we go to the back. She take me to like the backyard. And it's like the little flower pot, little grass. It's small. It ain't nothing crazy, but she go over there. She waddle. Get her little yard tools. Comes over, toss me the bucket. I catch the bucket right. She was like, yeah.
I don't like this punishment.
She was like, yeah, pick the weeds up. She was like, pick the weeds up, or I'm gonna tell your coach. Mind you, my coach, I already told you I had a coach.
I knocked them weeds out real quick.
Well, I had a coach that was out to get me now. So I was like,
I just don't like the imagery, man. That's so.
You
let's take them to the field.
You don't like the imagery? Wait, there's more. There's more. You're gonna geek. You're gonna geek that. We was in the joint, and while I'm picking it out, I look over. I see her at the little sliding door. It's a little window door. She's standing at the door. Her and like two other nuns. All I see her do like this. And then I just see all of them laughing. And I'm like, hold up, this feel a little racist.
That's what I'm saying.
I said, this feel a little racist.
That's crazy, bro.
Then I said, am I getting bullied by nuns?
I don't know, bro. Cause you say Shawty's about to get expelled, so they just had you pick that shit real quick.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was cool.
Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
I came to practice smelling like
still on the team.
Oh.
It was like,
fuck you.
Don't worry about it.
That's tough. Right?
But that's man. If you a football player, you know, like, see, I remember playing football in high school, right? My motherfucking ass kept falling asleep in my math class, right? This is like the first quarter of this year, so football season is still going on. I went to the coach. I told him, like, bro, I keep falling asleep in this job. You know what I'm saying? Because I got practice. It's fourth period and practice right after that. So I be tired of shit from the day before. Fourth period, I'm just like dozing off and shit. Yeah. So I told him and shit on some hundred shit. He realized.
That's mad comfortable too.
He got my whole schedule switched up for me and shit. But I needed that because if not, I was gonna just fail the class because I was so fucking tired. But that's what I'm saying. Coach will fuck around, pull some strings for you and shit. That's why it's important to have people
that fuck with you.
Yeah, fuck with you. You don't burn bridges. Cause sometimes you do stupid shit. Like, you know, throw a piece of paper and an accident hit your teacher. Hey. It's an accident. You know what I'm saying?
Why the fuck you duck,
she fuck around, could geek it over and shit. Act like it's fucking World War III and shit.
Shot me in the back.
That's
probably what she that's what somebody in our school would have fucking did.
Alright. So that was a good story though. Alright, so let's talk about let's fast forward a little bit. That's high school. We can brush past college a little bit. Say he went to Fairmont State. You say he was a 3-star recruit, went D2. Let's talk about the Albany Empire. Let's talk about that. We could talk about your rookie year, but you can rewind.
You want to talk about how I got there?
Yeah, let's talk about that. Boom.
All right. So going into COVID year, it was All-American D2. I had every team from NFL come up to see me, talk to everybody, and it was looking good. I was going to have my pro day at West Virginia University. It was a D1 program, and they was going to have all 32 teams up there. I had probably like four NFL workouts I had to go to. All that got canceled, shut down with COVID. So now I was going off of straight film, going in, and then my film is D2 film. So with that, even though on my film you see like, oh, I'm strong, I'm fast, I'm smart, this, that, and the third, you look at my competition level, they're like,
don't know if it's going to transfer.
So,
but I say, but it's a lot of people that do transfer.
Yeah, a lot of people do. Like, it's a lot of dogs in the D2 league. Like, I got a lot of dudes from our league that actually got drafted. Like, one dude right now stopped for the Lions.
Yep. A lot of dudes go through. Even some D3, so you know, they out there. So.
They out there. But the COVID year kind of just messed everything up. But my agent, he set up in Albany. His agency is in Albany. And he actually is cool with the owners of Albany. he was basically telling me it's a good look because a lot of the dudes in the arena played either in the league or big time D1 like your Bahamas, Clemson, and all that. Yeah. And or they trying to use that to get back to the league. Mm-hmm. So it's not competitive as you think, and it also could give people perspective like me playing against D1 talent. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, bet. So, but I'm not even gonna lie, going into camp that year, I was kind of depressed. Like, I had that whole situation with the NFL went through. I lost about 18 people like that I was close with, or like that I knew. So I lost like car accidents, killings, COVID, or just like crazy accidents, like freak accidents. So I was jotted down and going into camp. That was the first time in my life I was ever really worried about like getting cut or not. But once I got back in the groove of things, like I kind of was able to shake it, get back on the path like wanted to do. But yeah, that's how I got there. We had a basically Hall of Fame mob. Our offense was insane. We had 3 first-team All-Pro receivers. Two was Offensive Player of the Year, and one just won MVP this past season. We had a arena quarterback.
Hell yeah, I was lit.
We had a arena quarterback that won 4 ships, got like 4 MVPs. Had a running back that held every record. So, like, our defense, we was a bunch of young dudes that didn't know arena, but all we was taught to do was fly around, make a play, get the ball back to the offense. Because I'm letting you know right now, I'm telling you, at no point in the season, we went 10-1. I had no point in the season that I ever feel like our offense couldn't score. Doesn't matter how much time it was left. It could have been 4 seconds left on the clock. They could have been backed up on the 3-yard line.
That's one thing about football, especially on the pro level. That always interested me. You can literally stack your team like that, and they actually should continue like a team like the Vikings. You got loaded weapons. You got 2 good receivers, good tight end, good running back, and they go put up points. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But they 8-2 right there, just lost 9-3. But that shit worked. Like, I like that about football and about the pro level. You know what I'm saying?
Ryan just won a chip doing it.
And one thing about the pro level that's shocking, like, you can get replaced like that. Like, people think it's just the NFL. Like, nah, once you a professional player, like, once you get signed, you just gotta know. Once they picked you, they already got 3 dudes they're looking at to replace you.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about your situation in Carolina. You got like a person where you can talk about that. That's actually a perfect segue for.
So yeah, I started off Carolina coming into my second year in the arena because they had a new rule change where you had to play both offense and defense, and Albany wasn't really offering me.
So that's this year, right? Your second year was this season. Oh, so your first season, y'all won a chip.
Yeah, my first season we won a chip too.
That's all right. So that's all right. Okay.
So yeah. So if I wouldn't have joined this year, I'm gonna be the first dude in the arena history to go 3 back-to-back off break.
Oh yeah, sir.
Yeah, so
we gotta get that done. I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm already up there in our little record books with the little rushing yards per game.
Let's get into this Carolina story, because to me this is probably one of my favorite stories about you. Y'all like watch this shit play out live time, so it's one of my favorite stories that just really real life. So you went Carolina and you said you playing linebacker, but you gotta start playing both sides of the ball now.
Yeah, so when I was at Carolina, I worked out a deal with the coach where we discussed a verbal agreement. And that's one thing I figured out about verbal agreements would never happen again.
No more gentlemen's agreements.
Everything need to be signed, sealed, delivered.
Right.
But basically, we had a verbal agreement that I was going to be the defensive specialist there. Like, I wasn't going to have to play offense. I was just going to play linebacker. Right. That's all I was going to do. So all camp, that's all I did. Like,
play linebacker, play defense.
That's all I did during camp, even during first week of the game.
That's what you've been doing really since probably childhood, right? Or since college.
I've been playing linebacker since I was 6.
Yeah.
So that's really second nature right now. Right. So I was talking. So even when we went out for warm-ups, I'm with the ones running the warm-ups. We come out to the game, he got a little rotation chart because I told you how like work everybody got to go in, and the rules kind of a little tricky if you don't really pay attention to them. And mind you, I wasn't even on the board, and when I got on the board, I was probably like at the bottom list, and it was probably like for like a drive on defense right before halftime. I'm like, what's this? So we kind of got into it because I'm like, no, this is exactly what happened. We didn't. One of our players got burnt, and they couldn't go in. So one of our coaches calls me in. I go in, make a OC goal line stand on 4th and 1, but I don't play offense, so I had to come out. So now I'm burnt, so I can't come back in the rest of the quarter. So yeah,
that's the rule.
Yeah, that's the rule. So that's why you gotta play both sides of the ball. But if you a defensive specialist, you could just play defense. Right. I come out and they was like, "Hey, coach, get the backs." He like, "Who was just in there?" And they was like, "Shorts." And he was like, "Who the subbed you in there?" Da, 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 da. And I'm like, I said, "One coach subbed me in there." Like, I said, "Two, I just made that play. What are you talking about?" Like, you sitting there maxing on me. Like, to be honest, I'm tired, like, getting tired of this. I don't even care no more. Like, because you told me one thing and you doing another. Like, I don't even care. Then he started maxing. He was like, "Oh, you better start caring." I'm like, "Bro, I do not care. Like, honestly, don't care." Then sat down. Then my defensive coordinator, he came up to me. He was like, "Man, you acting real selfish right now. This, that, and the third." Da, da, da. I said, "Coach," I said, "I'm not even gonna lie." He said, "If you played for the Steelers, would you be acting like this?" I said, "Coach, if I was first team All Pro, like I was last year in the arena, first team All Pro linebacker, and I'm getting benched for absolutely no reason, no talk to, no nothing after you just told me I was starting every day until
you said you
until game day."
You came in the fourth. That was third down stop, right?
Yeah,
So
it was a 4th and 1
All right, so
on the goal line.
So logically, as if I'm paying a linebacker to come in and make stops for me, if he come in and make a 4th and 1 stop, that's what I'm paying him for.
But
if you think about the other side, maybe they on, because you said it was rule change.
Yeah.
Maybe he's saying we need you for something else. But that ain't it. Y'all running the personnel.
Exactly.
You was subbed in, then you was subbed in.
And that was a problem with a lot of the teams beginning of the year with the new rules. They ain't really understand how the rotation.
But don't blame the player though. To me, don't blame the player for that.
So coach was like, "Yeah, so if you was with the Steelers, what'd you do?" I said, "Coach, if I was first team All Pro like I just was last year, and I'm not getting played for no reason," I said, "I'd be tweeting on the sideline. I ain't gonna lie to you." Like, I'd be like, "Oh my God, this coaching staff is crazy. I don't even get it." Because why am I not in? I'm not in for absolutely no reason. You have no, like, I was just your guy all camp, even till game day. And then once the kickoff started down, it's like, "Nah, sit right here."
Oh, definitely.
And I'm like, "Oh, like, if that's going to be the case, at least let me know." I'd have understood that. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So
how that play out?
So after that, mind you, once we had that brief little argument, because that was more so like halftime for real. I ain't say nothing. I ain't even really like dressed back up. Like, sat out the rest of the game. I ain't play. So after the after the game, we rolled home. Mind you, I ain't had nothing to say about it. Like, because it is what it is. Game over. I can't get the game back. The game's already over. So I said, okay, now I got to play offense and defense. So I'm like, all right, what do y'all want me at on offense? So that whole week, I play everything. When I say everything, I play absolutely everything. I showed them I could play D-line, linebacker, corner, safety, running back, and receiver. Like, real life showed them I could play it, like, well at every position, right? He ended up releasing me that Friday because he didn't want to release me earlier that week because I'd have been able to go to a different team and play that week. So he released me that Friday so I couldn't play.
And that's the politics of football that always blow me. The politics always.
Yeah, well, so when we had our meeting, he was like, "Yeah, so we releasing you because me and Fuller became, like, that was the old coordinator for Carolina. He said, man, like, we can't really find no way to play you on offense. Like, we don't think you could really play running back, this, that, and the third." I was like, okay, I understand that. Then he was like, "Yeah, but I want to add on, like, I don't really like your attitude, this, that, and the third." I was like, "Okay, coach." I said, "Can we be real for a second?" He was like, "All right, let's go." I said, "Before Saturday, did you ever have a problem with my attitude?" He was like, "No." I said, "Even after Saturday, did you have a problem with my attitude?" He was like, "Nah." I was like, I said, I had an attitude because one thing was told to me and another thing was presented. And he was like, "Well, I don't remember having this conversation with you, this, that, and the third." I'm like, That's why I was like, yeah. That's how the verbal agreements go. That's why I was like, all right.
So look, we can fast forward just a little. We ain't got to go more deep into that specific joint. We could go. So they released you on that Friday, right? So when did you get the call from Albany? When did those strings get pulled to go back to your former team? You just want to chip with?
That Friday.
Boom. That Friday. He said when I left that nigga. So was you on the team that next game, that next Saturday?
No, they was already. That's what I'm saying. He ain't released me because they was already in Florida.
Okay.
Because if he'd have released me anywhere, like if he'd have released me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, even Thursday, I'd have been in New York with the team, and even if I didn't play, I'd have flew down to Orlando with them. But I didn't go to didn't play with them, but I signed with them, went home for a week, kept training and all that. Then when they got back, I went straight up to New York. But when I got up there, they had a bye week.
Damn, that week, that's when we was at the crib. That's
all right. They had a bye week, so I went up there, and so when I got back, mind you, even though this is the team I started off with and I made first team all conference with, it's a whole new mob for real. And it was really different. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So I was able to get my old number, 55, back, but that joint was loose as a mug. That was like an XL, so I'm like, man, I can't rock this joint. So it's a whole little story about my number. Like, why I wore it for, and why, because our quarterback last year, the one that's a Hall of Famer and all that, he wanted to retire his jersey, but he made like a little media stunt, saying some crazy stuff about the organization, so they ain't retire it. But they wasn't trying to get a number out to nobody else that wasn't, like,
good.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? Or even, like, him for real. Yeah. So, when I came through, I'm like, like, you gotta let me get that. So it was like, all right, hey, let me slide. So I ended up rocking the 4. So I had to find a way to be able to play defense and offense. So they already had 2 running backs. So I come in third string. Boom. Mind you, I already know I'm the best linebacker. The coaches know I'm the best linebacker, but I still got to be able to play offense to be able to play linebacker. So when I get there, I focus on running back because I'm trying to get on the field.
I got to pause you real quick. There's no way the last team couldn't find you at fullback, running back, tight end, nothing. That's crazy, but we'll keep that moving. But all right, so you on this new team, third string running back.
Third string running back. We win the first 2 games I get there. So we're 3-1. Then we go on a 3-game losing streak. We play Carolina twice.
Your former team.
We play my former team twice. Then we play San Antonio. But we played Carolina, San Antonio, to Carolina. So
did you get to play in those games?
So the first game, coach hyped me up like, oh yeah, this your team. You about to get your rematch. Starts me first drive, does not play me. Like after that, after he takes me out, like just not playing me. I'm like, all right, like I can't even really be mad because
new to the team.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm new to the team, like, but we lost that joint close game. Sick. Go to San Antonio. San Antonio, 0-5, but they got a new owner that came in, dropped that bag, paid for everything. Like, yeah, new field, new players, new coaches, yeah. Okay. So when we played them, it was a whole new mob. Like, they wasn't the 0-5 team. We ended up getting spanked. But they played me for the last, 3 minutes in the joint, both sides, offense and defense. We scored 24 points in 3 minutes, so we lose the joint by 4 points. Last second, I'm just like, next week was my I'm selected for the XFL draft so I had to go for the XFL showcase, and it was back home in DC, so I had to come back here, do the showcase, and then drive that same day to North Carolina to my game. So when I did that, coach was kind of like you feel what I'm saying. So he ain't really played me that game either. So now we on this 3-game losing streak. We having a meeting. It's the first meeting Monday. He cussing everybody out. Mind, we just ran ran us for real because we lost and all that. We in the meeting. He cusses out like da-da-da. So he getting on our star fullback. He jive hitting him with everything because he was messing up on offense and defense. So he like in his grill for real. So he get up, spaz out, but he a reverend. So he ain't cuss at all when he was spazzing out. So your man was just like, dang, damn it, coach. Mind you, Mississippi, he's like, man, just pay me, coach, just pay me. So he ended up maxing out quick. So I'm like, this looking like my opportunity. Like, yeah, I'm like, this looking like my opportunity. So I'm telling people later, I'm like, man, y'all don't even know this season about to turn around right now. They like, man, what you mean? We looking. I'm like, man, don't even trip. Like, it's for real. So going into the game, they didn't want to start the second string running back because he had a high ankle sprain and he also had like a little fumbling problem. So they was like, all right, bet, like, this your game to start. Like, it's your choice. Like, this opportunity's yours. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I was already preparing for it since the meeting. Like, I was already making sure my footsteps was right and all that. So we're going to a game. I have a breakout game. I ended up shutting down the defensive player of the year. He really can't do nothing. Then I'm towing him, score a touchdown in that joint. So after that, it was like, all right, like, you to start running back. So we went on next week, played San Antonio again, beat them, boom, boom. Okay. So after that, we go on a 5-game winning streak. Make the playoffs, get first team, like first seed.
You starting that running back and linebacker, right?
Yeah, so now I'm starting that running back and linebacker. So before I was starting that linebacker, we was ranked top, like low half on defense. But since I got back on linebacker, and when I was playing linebacker running back, we went from being like the number 3 rushing team in the league to number 1, and to like the number like 7 defense to the number 2 defense. Just because, like, not trying to size myself, but I mean,
like
you feel what I'm saying?
Like, talking about running backs, it's a change of pace running backs. You brought a whole different tempo to the offense, and that shit started clicking.
And that was another thing, because most of the running backs in our league, like, big fat boys for real. So it's like, when they hit the hole, they like, waiting on somebody to hit them. But when I hit the hole, it's, you gotta really react, because if you don't, I'm gone. Like, so we won the 5-game winning streak. We went in the playoffs, and we played Jacksonville. Mind you, last year, my rookie year, I didn't get to play in the playoffs or the championship because I had had thumb surgery. So this year was really my first time playing in the playoffs and championship. So going into the game, I had missed the time. I had some messed up plays in the game and all that, and it was probably like 8 minutes left in the game. We was down 17 points. 8 minutes left in the game. I looked at the score, and I'm thinking about all the things like everybody gonna say if we lose this joint, or like all that, and I'm just like, F it. Like, no funny, like realize shit, fuck it, like, and it was just like, bruh, at the end of the day, I'm about to just go back to the basics, do everything I could do perfectly, and see how this game play out. But we ended up coming back. Mind you, I made sure my blocking was good, made sure everything was good, defensive reads, all that. I ended up making an OC goal line stand after. Last end of the game, they kicked the ball onside kick. They tried to like recover the joint. Instead of me just falling on it, I pick it up. Get back to the 5-yard line. We score 40 seconds left. We go up 7. And one thing in the arena football, if you kick the ball through the upright, during the kickoff, it's called a deuce. So that's 2 points. And our kicker, our all-pro kicker, he was known for that. So we called him the Deuce King. So after we made that joint, he hit that deuce. It was ball game after that because it didn't even matter if they scored or got 2. Because that was the game. So we went to the championship. Mind you, championship game, we playing Carolina. I'm geeked up to play Carolina. You know I am. All the trash they was talking and all that. So now, I told you the coach ended up releasing me for Carolina because he said he didn't think I could play running back. So, mind you, I'm starting running back.
Been tortured all year.
All that. So, that point, I made the point. I said, since I can't play running back, y'all about to see today. Like, so we ended up blowing them out. I had like 60 rushing yards on the game. On defense, I had like 4 goal line stands by myself. I had a fumble recovery on the goal line, all that. But yeah, our quarterback went crazy though. He was going crazy. Our quarterback was diving up. I ain't scored running back, but yeah, I was towing him.
They probably tried to load the box on you and they burnt them.
Yeah, man, our quarterback was diamond.
That's all right. Shout out to that, man. Hey, that's perseverance. I got that. That's perseverance. No fun.
No, bro, it's just you gotta keep working, bro. Like, bro, people be thinking like, right, it always come full circle for real, bro. If you just gotta keep working,
keep your head down.
So, all right.
Let's understand your situations.
Let me ask both of y'all this because I keep seeing this popping up, like every week football on and shit. The players feel like all fields should be grass fields type shit. I never played football, so I don't know the fucking difference between turf and grass fields.
So he still play football. I used to play back in the day. So to me, I like grass because it when you get tackled, when you fall, and you just falling on grass and shit. But the issue when it rain, when it snow, that shit muddy, it's all slippery, you get injuries and shit. Turf better for that. But turf come with its own set of injuries too and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you can little ankle, little twist, little shit like that. You get caught in the turf a little bit. When you fall, that shit rip you up a little bit. So it's really kind of on a personal turf. I ain't gonna lie, but you kind of get off. Offense kind of cook a little bit of turf because you got more grip. You know what I'm saying? So even as a defensive linebacker, you hitting your reads a little sharper because you on turf. So.
No, I say it could be all grass, but you gotta think. There's grown men out here playing. Like these dudes, a lot of these old linemen out here 6'6", 3 something.
Big as shit.
So you gotta think they stepping in the same spot, the same time every day. Like that field ain't gonna be smooth. Like you feel what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be smooh by the end of the season. Definitely. If you get
by the end of the game,
gritty,
by the end of the game, it be chopped up.
You feel what I'm saying? Like that's why the Raiders field used to look like that. They used to have that big patch in the middle. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? So like
by halftime, it's foot
you can, mind you, but to keep up with that, it's hard. But the injuries with turf, like it's a lot of like you could get a lot of ACL tears, get stuck in the turf, and it's the same with outdoor for real. It's more so like.
Yeah, outdoor got the divots and shit. Be little grass clogs or dirt clogs.
I feel like the NFL niggas feel like, I make enough money, man, make that shit work.
Yeah, that's
whatever
honestly,
I gotta do to get these fields together.
Fields should be pretty paved and flat.
Because they do start a lot of like, for example, like in grass, if you got regular like turf cleats on that really gripping grass, if you running and you stick, even if a dude juke you, you could still stick. Because it's grass. Turf, depending on type of cleats you got, you might not stick. Yeah, you going to slide. And that's how a lot of people been tearing their stuff. Because, our stuff not even, like arena, our stuff not even real turf. It's AstroTurf, like back in the day turf.
Yeah, like, and the a lot of people used to complain about the AstroTurf.
But in this drain, you could BS if you want to. Concrete under this, get punished.
I know you be having a ball on defense and arena shit, smacking niggas on the walls and shit.
Yeah, I feel like more people should watch arena football just for that. It's literally like to me, it's like when you play Madden and you put that shit on the little fake little settings and shit. You can do a whole bunch of little wild little shit, but it's real life though.
It's like football and hockey to me.
Yeah,
like you can real life.
Because I'm about to say we interact
over the wall, like it's
we interact because they so close.
That shit, I ain't gonna hold it. And then you said the field ain't what 53 yards, right?
Yeah, it's 53 yards wide, 22 yards long. 22 yards wide, 53 yards long.
When you grow up on high school, college, and that field, you don't never even think of like arena like that. That's why I said a lot of people should tune in. It's a whole different way to look at football. That shit interesting. But nah, man, shit, that's I don't even want that's shit. The whole shit about to be an interview. That's like a good ass wrap up for the story. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro, cause that right there, like he just said, bro, that's a perfect ending to that, bro. Perfect ending to that shit.
I got one last question. Any wild crowd stories? Cause I know the crowd like right there on top of y'all type shit.
You said niggas that bet you and shit like that.
I done had the wildest one I would say is San Antonio this past year. And it was the game where I was starting. Because I told you the first game we played, then we lost. And after the owner put that money into it, San Antonio football state. So that first game, it wasn't really that packed. That second game, man, it was almost sold out. Like, it was live, and mind you, now I'm starting, so I was going off, like I was going crazy. I had the little fans in the stands talking to me crazy, like you number 4, you some trash. I had a little kid. Little kid called me an NFL reject and all that. I'm like, oh, I said I gotta get there first.
I gotta get there first.
I'm like, he's a little younger, boy.
I didn't talk to him for reject me.
And then during that game, I had missed the tackle. And mind you, I don't like and how I missed the tackle. I like hit him and I kind of like slipped off of him. Mind you, I don't do that. Like so, mind you, I'm beefing. I even told him I was like, "But that was a great play. Just know I'm going crazy after this. Like, if you think I'm playing, watch next time you get the ball. Like I'm not playing with you no more." So my next time getting the ball, my very first carry, I run around the corner. I see the corner and he's looking right at my kneecap, and I'm like, forget it. Saquon, I hurdle him. Mind you, never hurdled nobody before, never practiced it, never did nothing. I just hurdled them. Said,
Instincts.
Mind you, get hit. They hit me over the wall. I grab on the wall a little bit so I don't like hit the ground hard. I land over there in the fans. All the fans like, oh my God, are you okay? I get up. I said, motherfucker, I'm like that. Don't worry about me. Hop back over the gate and I'm like, yeah. Get the crowd back hype. I was like, yeah, that turn was turned. Then the same little boy coming to me, he was like, no, I'm not gonna lie. You were number 6, because that was the dude that won MVP when I of the league. He was like, yeah, y'all too. Y'all the best players on this team. Like, I've never seen nothing like y'all. I was like, yeah, I'm cut from a different cloth, man.
Yes, sir. Man, fuck. And like I said, you 20. How old are you right now? 20 what?
24. Turned 25 on New Year's Eve.
Yes, sir. Capricorn gang, yeah. All right, let's see. How should I flow this shit? What should we go with it? Because we definitely I got so many more questions. We could definitely talk about life, because you still playing football. We could talk about life after high school football, but you ain't played, like, see, I will ask you about, like, high school football and public school, but you said you went to, so you went straight from Thurgood to O'Connell, right? Yeah. So you ain't go to high school, like public high school out there. So shit. Yeah. So that's a whole different.
With them road trips, like, you ain't married, I don't see no rings. So. Yeah. with them road trips, like.
Yeah, they be crazy. They be crazy.
Let's talk about this. Y'all ready for
definitely some stories.
What's over this 3P? You said y'all running back this 3P.
Oh, yeah. I might say, man, we just signed. I got all my old linemen back.
Hey.
Got my QB back.
Big boy.
Our MVP signed back. I signed back. My corner signed back. We got a lot of dudes signed back. And we had this dude that's a reigning Hall of Famer. His son just signed with us. My man Vaughn is from out here. He was Defensive Player of the Year his college season, so he just signed with us.
Y'all looking sweet. Y'all looking sweet.
Back for real.
Yeah.
I got a question and shit before we get talking other topics. We could talk about marijuana and like being an athlete and shit, or just this the concepts behind that. Like, do you think, like, all right, so on the NFL level, you might used to do, they used to get suspended for this like that, but everybody know they kind of changing their mindset. So like as an athlete, it's like a high level, a pretty good athlete. You know what I'm saying? What you think? Like your personal opinion on marijuana being an athlete? Because to me, they give you the white pills and they give you shots and shit like that. Sometimes all you might need is something else. Like
so for my experience, because I haven't been to the NFL yet, but I got men in the league and I get different stories from them. But for my experience, for my league, it's not really like frowned upon, like smoking weed. And
is your league the one that had the quarterback that pulled the J out?
Nah, that's the fan control league. Nah, that's not even.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah, that ain't even real football.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
honestly,
ain't trying to knock nobody.
Yeah, but he went with that notion though. For Charlie scoring a touchdown, that shit kind of made a nigga like me I like that. I don't like how I saying it, because this is better than you shooting me up or popping some pills and shit.
Nah, because most athletes I know that smoke, they do it because of pain for real. Like, I think we be aching.
Especially fucking football.
A lot of us been doing, but mental too. A lot of us been doing this since we was little. Like, been playing this sport, so parts of our body ache with niggas they ain't playing, don't feel that. Like,
I ain't never felt that. Yeah,
like, that's what I'm saying. It be sometimes I wake up in the morning, my whole foot swollen for no reason. Like, I'm like, oh,
don't even remember.
I gotta go jog, get my sweat.
I ain't played since high school. When I wake up, knees still be a little sore, be a little stiff, back might be a little tight. It be like that. Like, that's real shit. That's some real shit. Well, let's see. But as far as that, you think, or you just like your opinion, you feel like that shit actually should be more accepted, more widely accepted across the nation for real, especially for, to me, specifically for an athlete.
I think we get it.
Yeah, I feel like it's getting there. It's like it's gonna take a little time.
Especially when like the states finally legalized the shit in all 50s. I'm like, why the fuck not?
Right. When it gets legalized on the federal level and state by state level, that's when it's like,
because what a lot of people think, like people tell you, like, of course it mess your lungs up, stuff like that, because it's smoke. But even with that, do you know the main thing that helps detox your lungs from smoking?
What's that? Go ahead, tell it.
Running.
I saw you counterbalance. Like I run more than.
That's what I'm saying. Like most athletes, like you wouldn't even believe some of the NFL stars.
Percy Harvin said he used to smoke
NBA
before.
stars.
Man, I'm talking about it's like stars, like stars, like that really smoke every day. Like, I ain't trying to say nobody's name.
No. There's not even no need to. Like most people know that.
Smoke.
Most people know that. It's like it's literally some of the best, even NBA,
NFL,
baseball. Like some of the
they
best
starting
players.
to talk about it because it's starting to.
KD just did an interview.
Man, shit,
he was like, I'm the cousin
look,
that walk off at
we talk about
Thanksgiving
smoke, though. We talking about smoke, but look, when Michael Jordan used to win that championship, what he used to fire up?
That's a fucking cigar.
A cigar. Y'all ain't got no problem with nobody smoking a cigar.
But you got also,
come on,
you got also think that's tobacco, bro. Tobacco's
That's worse. That's worse. Way worse.
But it's not even that. Tobacco's been something that's been a product from our country since the get-go.
Yeah, but I'm talking on a medical level. On a medical level, if you ain't got no problem with smoking a cigar,
it's not even that. Most of the problem is they can't police it, so they don't know what really it is. Yeah. So when they see weed, they just think bad. Like that's why I've been punished for so long. But you gotta think, if you replace tobacco and weed the exact same way, we would not be able to smoke cigarettes. Nobody would be able to smoke cigarettes.
Most motherfuckers probably wouldn't even want to.
Nobody wouldn't even want to.
A lot of motherfuckers wouldn't want to. For cigarettes, you wouldn't even want that shit.
It wouldn't even be a thing.
Cause it's like you don't get high, you don't get no.
There's no benefits to that shit.
If that shit wasn't legal, cigarettes would be out. That shit crazy.
Well, you got motherfuckers that do hard drugs. So somebody
would still want it, but it's so many other things you could do.
Yeah.
Cigarettes are just like.
I still need an update on what state was that legalized all the drugs?
Washington.
Yeah, I need an update. What's going on out there?
That wasn't Portland.
They got one of the highest.
Might have been.
They got one.
They was Portland, Oregon over there.
They got one of the highest suicide rates.
Right.
All right, it's not funny though. It's not. But it's just wild.
The fact that those go hand in hand.
Yeah, because it goes hand in hand.
Alright, man. Look, shout out to my boy Trey. Shout out to Auburn. Shout out to them giving you another shot. Them real life already knowing, my boy could ball. They bought it back in, gave you a shot at running back. Shout out to you, bro, because that's something even for young football players, but even young men in general, older men in general too. Just keeping your eyes up for that opportunity, and when you're getting it, capitalize it, putting your best foot forward for that shit. You know what I'm saying? In practice and on the field. Real shit. Preparing for it, because just matter of fact. Some of my father used to always say, Now, he used to say, if you fail to prepare to fail. Another saying is, proper preparation prevents poor performance. But that's exactly the story you just told us. When they told you what they said to Carolina, you trained for that shit, but they didn't even really give you a shot. Cool. But because you was already still training for that shit, when another team gave you a shot, you was already ready.
That's one thing my oldest brother used to tell me all the time. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You don't gotta get ready. Yeah.
That's all right. Hey, look. We're going to go ahead and say with the rest of these topics, because that's some gems. That's some gems. We're going to we definitely going to bring you back on this motherfucker.
Before we move on, you said you had a non-profit.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I'm trying to start this non-profit called Pros to Joes in the city. And it's from ages 6 to 21 plus. And it's going to be like a big brother mentoring program. I'm trying to have some of my pro athlete friends, my student athlete friends that played college and all that come out, start helping some of the young student athletes in the city or even the DMV that's trying to teach them how to become proper student athletes and how to become pros and stuff like that.
Again, I think we need more stuff like that in the community.
Yeah, somebody like me, being honest with you, somebody like me coming up, you didn't have that guidance to like how to get to this point, how to make sure I got this film, this school, how this work, how to contact this coach.
And I would say a lot of parents deal with that problem too, because even with that, my mother, like I live with my mother, I got my father too, but my mother mostly deal with a lot of stuff, and there was a lot of things she had to really research that she didn't know when I was going through the process, that now that I understand as being a grown man and all that, I could just be helping out these mothers or these parents that don't really know what to do, and these students.
And it's just really knowledge. Some people think you got to put so much energy, but bro, some of that shit is just knowledge. Just talk to them about what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody needs you to spoon feed them and shit. Some people just really don't know. Information is not there. You feel what I'm saying?
Not even that. Like, for example, I work at a middle school right now. And hold up, let me see if I got it on me. I think I do. Oh no, I gave it to somebody. I got a player card, right? And it's like my little rookie card. And I gave it so I tell the kids I play football and all that. But they like, yeah, you know, But when I show them the card, they really see you really are a professional athlete, this, that, and the third. It's just the look in their eyes,
they see it's possible.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? And
you right in front of me type shit.
And
you're a real person.
You got that, and that's the whole kill.
That's
the big thing. A lot of people don't really get to see that every day. And I feel like it's my job to really get that out there, to really help kids to understand, it is better ways. Even if you don't want to be a football player, if you want to just use your abilities as a student athlete to get you a degree to start something, we gonna do it this way. Because I got plenty of athlete friends that did that. Because that's how it is. That's what we doing. At the end of the day, we got to get something back. That's a give and give.
That's something I can personally tell you is definitely needed out there. So, we definitely need that. 100%.
So, So, Pros and Joes coming to you soon. Let me know.
If you're here, reach out. If you're interested in that, if you know any type resources, any type outlets, reach out to us. Reach out to my boy right here, bro. Definitely gonna plug y'all in. Yeah, make that happen.
Follow me on IG, Koza King _ KOZA KING.
We gonna have that all in the bio. We got you. No funny. Shit, man.
Get to the bullshit.
Yeah, let's get. We got a short list for y'all this week. We knew we had a pretty good interview. This is definitely probably one of our better interviews and shit. Just content wise and just inspirational wise. This is one of our better interviews and shit. Let's talk about Jerry Jones. Let's get into some football off the rip.
Let's get into it.
What y'all think about that, man? Jerry Jones.
Dan Snyder strikes.
It's crazy. That's what you think?
That's what I think.
This is crazy to me because Jerry Jones, owner of America's team, my father's favorite team. A lot of people love the Cowboys and shit.
Let's be real. Are we surprised?
We're not surprised.
Okay.
Not surprised.
I'm not to say.
You know me. You know me. You know the way I think about that.
Not trying to be wild, but it's just different time eras.
So what happened is, for everybody who don't know and shit, he was pretty much found. He was seen in the picture. Basically, Ruby Bridges.
Washington Post put a picture out. He's basically in the background of. I don't know if it's that exact school, but he's in the background of a school that's getting desegregated, integrated, and he's like.
He's protesting.
You know,
he's with that white. So when you see those old videos of a young black child trying to go to school for the first time, and you see all those white people spitting and holding signs. Jerry Jones is one of them people. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying?
That's like one of them. Where was you at on January 6th?
Like, you funny for bringing up Dan Snyder because he wasn't bullshitting when he said he about to. That's crazy.
He said he got dirt on all you.
Boy, I've met Dan Snyder before. He ain't no BS.
That's crazy.
He's bigger than Nino Brown.
You're right. He's straight shooter.
Thoughts? I feel like people think this is going to be like, oh, get him out of here. Jerry Jones ain't going no fucking way until they pass away.
Boy, he's in Texas.
And that's the biggest point right there. If he was somewhere like, I don't know, somewhere where it's like Atlanta or somewhere where it's more colored people.
Maybe.
They
think about it.
They think about it, but
if Dan Snyder wasn't who he was, we'd have been got him out. He just
that too.
He just got too much money.
And Jerry Jones got
that much money too. That's what I'm saying.
Plus some. They really, I call that shit Jerry World, bro. He not going nowhere.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, he just got a whole new stadium
That's
built.
just a new story on it.
I will say, we as black people, we gotta stop being aware. We gotta start being aware of that shit because, yeah, man, you realize going to work for somebody when they call us to the slave plantation, you're like, no, it's not. And then you see this nigga or this motherfucker up there literally protesting against segregation.
It's interesting, bro, because it's like you realize gotta go through life assuming that these motherfuckers don't think that way no more.
That's big.
And you really never know because everybody ain't gonna have pictures come out of them type shit. Like,
yeah, it is a thought. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
this shit to think about. Yeah.
Definitely gonna be an interesting day at the motherfucking facility when he walking through.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Hell no, sign them checks, man.
What else we got? Football related, man. Man, sports betting in Maryland, which I finally is back, man. Well, not back here.
Money.
Oh, you said take the money?
They taking my goddamn money.
Yeah, because that hike across the jump was
Yeah,
gas and
bullshit.
that shit's over.
I'm glad that's over with for sure.
Let me ask you a question as an athlete, right? As a pro athlete. How do you feel, right? Because I believe you could bet on arena football, right?
Yeah, you could bet on it.
All right, so have you had any situations, or how would you feel if somebody like, all right, say somebody bet on you, I don't know, 7 tackles, 60 yards, 100 yards, and you come short of that, and they reach out to you like, damn, bro, you ain't get that shit. You know what I'm saying? You cost me.
You was the one leg of my parlay that didn't
Yeah,
hit
you
type
the
shit.
one person who ain't click. What's your response to that?
I ain't even gonna lie to you. Depending on how they contact me, if it's through like a DM or something, I would just show them that I read the message and just wouldn't reply. They would know they got their issue on.
Yeah,
You got it on.
I hear you,
You got
bro.
your issue on.
You got your issue on. Bro.
Thanks for believing in me, bro.
You got your issue on. You ain't getting your money back.
And that's real shit,
I
though.
ain't doing all that.
Because
But
look, I ain't gonna hold you. Bradley Bill calls me a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Nice little 5K bill. You know what I'm saying? But I feel that though, because nigga, I ain't tell you the bet.
I'm not thinking about that shit out there, bro. Like, this nigga's trying to take my head off out here, bro. I'm not thinking about that.
real life problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, real shit.
Right. Nah, but if you come up to me like in person saying that, I might really just be like, bro,
That's out of pocket.
I would really be like, bro, I honestly don't care.
Yeah.
I'm like, next week I'll make sure.
You couldn't be mad at somebody because what you expecting to hand you the money or some shit?
I'm like, I'm gonna tell him, I'm gonna make sure not to bet on me next week.
yeah, nigga, don't bet.
Look, he not gonna bet on me next week. I'm gonna go crazy. Like, I should have bet on him. Man, should have bet on him. Best game of the
There's
season.
a lot of people that be mad about that, bro, but you really can't. Fool. Like,
Yeah,
think
you
about
can't
that
do
shit.
nothing.
That shit is up to chance for real, man.
It really is, fool, because somebody can literally get out there, bro. One, you can get hurt, but two, you can't control what the fuck outcome of the game. You can put your best foot forward.
Not even that. This is my job.
That too.
You think?
That too.
What if I was betting on you and your job?
Yeah,
I bet he meet this deadline.
Right, he filed X amount of paperwork.
Yeah, he beat this deadline in 2 weeks. Man, you ain't meet this deadline, man.
You know how many motherfuckers come up short? Hey,
You gonna be like this. You gonna be like, man.
Like,
he Uber driver. He gonna get this amount of that drive.
my kids got sick, bro. Like,
real
nah,
shit.
I don't give a fuck.
Like,
I bet on you, bro.
He be like, bro, it's this thing called COVID. I had to miss the whole 2 weeks.
I ain't
anyway.
gonna shit you. That was a good point, fool. That was a good point for all pro athletes, though. Because what if you was betting on people in their normal ass job?
Bro, they couldn't do it.
Yeah, how many people come up short?
Man,
Fuck.
as hell.
Man,
Like,
the only thing would be I would never let fan banter like throw me off, bro, because I just know you're a fan.
You ain't never been into it.
Most
been
people
in a
haven't,
arena
yeah.
like a
Like,
good
bro,
ass
Most people
heckler.
haven't even played the
Bro,
sport.
I'm not
you know
even trying to be funny, bro. Even though I play arena, bro, like you'll be surprised how many people really hit me up in my DMs and be like a fan 1 minute, flip on me the next minute.
Yeah.
And then
you
like
just reading the progress.
I'm just reading it like, okay.
Like, bro, that was the best game I ever seen. Next week, man, you some ass.
Yeah,
Fuck
like,
you.
dog.
Like, bro, you was just. Damn, nigga, you
Like, that's
had
what
my
I'm saying.
jersey on
But
last
like,
week.
that's what I'm saying. With like NFL players be really tweeting back fans really bad, or like KD do that a lot. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I would really be laughing at people. Yeah. Like, I would really be sending people gifts if I really like had to send something. Like, I had a dude the other day hit me up in the DM talk about, bro, you in the XFL draft? I ain't reply. He was like, oh, never mind. I heard you was a bust. I read the Drake. Like, that was it. And I'm like, bro, I don't, like...
You gotta ignore shit like that.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, what
a lot of people
if
like
you
that.
reply, though, the next one would have been, oh, my bad, bro. You know I fuck
behind
with
that could be some fat or some sloppy-ass bullshit motherfucker that ain't never ran a day in his life, can't even put up a jump shot, can't catch a pass. Like,
that's why I don't need trip.
You know
that's what I'm saying. Most of the people that talk trash to me, fans of us. Like, every person that's ever talked trash to me at a game, like, was my fan at the end of the game. They was like, nah, you was my favorite player on their team because I'm talking trash back to you.
Yeah.
I was like,
and a lot of people like that, too. A lot of people come to the game just to talk shit, just one for the experience. So when you cook it, they become a fan of you. They a fan of the sport in general and shit.
You ever ran into, like, a arena where they had, like, one good heckler type shit? Like, all right, some of the shit he's saying, I gotta give it to you. That's some good shit right there.
Oh, that he was funny?
Yeah.
What? Every game we had one game, I ain't even gonna lie. This shit was so crazy, y'all. We was playing Carolina the first time we played them since I was back. And matter of fact, it was the second time we at Carolina. We in the stadium. Quiet as a mug. They just did the Pledge of Allegiance. They know we about to do the Pledge of Allegiance. They like a fan in the stands talking to our quarterback. Yeah, Sam. That's why we released your bum ass last year. I swear to God, it was nobody talking in the arena. So it really like
you hear that
echo. We was like, oh my God. Like, damn.
Y'all funny.
Yeah, but no, I ain't never had nobody really talk crazy to me. Matter of fact, I had to go on a fan one time. I fired one fan up. Fired him up crazy. He was like, bro, you're broke. He's like, you're broke. You play arena. I said, bro, you literally paid.
I said, you just paid me.
Not even that. You paid floor seats to come see me. I said, your girlfriend you're with, she wants to come see me. And then he was like, and then his girlfriend looked at him like, I mean,
he's not wrong.
I was like, see, you better chill out.
What fuck him?
Stop
playing. What color?
She was Spanish, though.
Oh, even better. Oh, nigga, you better stop playing because you really with the shit. Stop playing.
I go out there, make a couple little stops. I make a big stop, too. Come back. I'm like, huh? What'd you say? What'd you say? Shit. He talk about, bro, I wasn't. I said, no, I don't want to hear that.
No, I ain't none of that.
He was like, no, but I was just like, no, I'm messing with you, bro. Nobody really care that much. I do not care that much, bro. At all. I'm not about to lose sleep over you, bro. Oh. Man, the fan blew me. Even refs, I be cool with refs. I make sure I'm cool with refs. See, college refs ain't mess with me.
Is it soccer or football?
Soccer.
Is it soccer or football?
It's what soccer for.
Do you call? Is it like it's the right name for what soccer or football?
Football.
Soccer, nigga.
It's the right name for soccer.
It's the right name for soccer or football.
I mean,
the rest of the world
I learned
says
soccer, but the rest of you gotta remember the rest of the world they created
football.
And you gotta be honest though, some real shit. That makes sense to be called football. It's common sense. We're being Americans.
And technically, a football is not really a ball. If you like, it's a ball, but it's not like a round ball. So,
but I guess why we call it football because they kick the football, but I would say soccer is more of a football sport, but it doesn't really matter. Who gives a shit?
I bring it up to
it's literally spelled two different ways, so it's like
y'all been watching this World Cup shit. I've been trying to get into it.
Nah, I ain't really into the World Cup that much.
So look, try to get into it, right? I'm like, all right, let me be more cultured. Watch some soccer and shit. I'm watching USA play England today. 95 minutes, bro, they played. They counted on the clock, fool.
No.
You know what the score was?
0-0.
Bruh. I watched 95 minutes of some shit for the end 0-0, bruh.
Up and down. And see, soccer is a good sport to play. For conditioning. But to watch that shit, I don't know. You gotta really be from those countries like to really enjoy it. Like.
I was so mad I wasted an hour and a half, bruh. That
shit good for training. Like my kid gonna play soccer. You know what I'm saying? Good for training and shit for sure.
It's so bad that you get excited when they even get like close. Like it'd be the equivalent of somebody getting to the 25-yard line.
Hockey is similar. Hockey is similar, except hockey you get smacked.
It's more shit going on.
I went to a hockey game. I went to a hockey game in the last 3 years. Hockey game is interesting. Not because when they score, that's the most interesting. But
hockey lit.
Yeah, them getting their ass smacked on that side.
Fucking fight might pop off at any time.
That's the best part. Them joints to get the squaring up.
And the refs let them.
It's not even them passing the zone, them getting up and down the ice. No, it's somebody brawling or somebody in there smack covered up the ice and shit. You got
that. It's crazy.
Hockey, soccer don't have that. Yeah, soccer don't have that. Soccer.
My hockey team in high school was nice. We had this freshman goalie.
I ain't scoring shit on them.
But he was an All-American as a freshman. Like, real life was like the top.
Your hockey team?
Yeah, okay. Hockey team? What? And they was like that, boy. This old nigga was like that.
We were the public school. We had no hockey team.
Yeah.
God damn.
Shit.
See,
our
hockey team was ridiculous, Slim.
That's like ice hockey or like field hockey?
Nigga, ice hockey. I'm talking about in the gym. We in that joint. Mind you.
In the
lit. Not our gym, no. Ice stadium.
Yeah, that's a different rule.
But no, that joint was lit. And mind you, I forgot who we played, but they played the championship game. They played another team. That was the only team they didn't beat. They tied with them twice because they scored. They didn't score because they had a senior goalie that was like that, and he was the freshman. Young, how do you not? This little younger was at this joint catching everything. Like, I'm talking about, like, you know how they be just, He caught one joint, dude set him up. He rolled out bottom this way, then, like, tried to hit top corner of your man off one ski, jump Odell the joint. I said, oh, yeah, he's a monster.
High school hockey game to the probably lit for real.
Man, it was lit. I couldn't believe it.
That's all right.
That was my first game I went to, too, the championship game. I said, oh, yeah, he's it. He's everything. He's everything there's on.
While we on sports, y'all seen that Ben Watson shit last week?
It was like, yeah, he popped off on his. What was that?
He ain't pop off on him, but I feel like he checked him.
Oh no, he ain't come back to the set.
Nah, he probably jacked him up. I don't think he's.
I forgot what happened. Why he said the shit. They was talking about the suits and shit.
Yeah, they was talking about the suit.
Everybody wore like dark color suits.
And he wore a black bruise.
So he was like, "Damn, I ain't get the memo," type shit. And then he says, Ben Watson said something about his wife, like, as long as the wife like it type shit.
She texted me, she like, yeah.
And then the co-host and shit was like, yeah, that ain't what she texted me type shit. So boom, they had the commercial, come back from commercial, white boy ain't there no more. And Ben Watson walking up, fixing the suit type shit, like, I'm still mad type shit. So I don't know if they was like, fuck it, let's make it look like something, or if that nigga took him to the back end.
It was Ben Watson's show, so.
I don't think it was his show.
It's not.
It's like a college game day type show.
Yeah, it was they was like Good Morning
halftime, maybe.
Oh, shit. This on damn near live TV.
Yeah, live TV.
Oh, shit. I didn't see that.
Well,
damn.
Of course, they took a picture afterwards, like, oh, we're friends.
Nah, you got, I don't think. You gotta think, bro. You gotta think if he really put his hands on him,
probably just argue.
Wouldn't have a job no more.
Yeah, he wouldn't have had a job no more.
Yeah, they just had some words. Probably.
He probably threw a drink on him.
He had to go change.
Spanked him.
Damn.
Yeah, you say something.
I didn't see it. Serious shit like that.
That's the best way, though.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's the best way. But one thing people need to really do, though, need to understand, a lot of niggas don't play about their wives, though.
Yeah, no, that's you see when it go against it.
Like,
you see when shit against it, you can't even be mad.
Nah, bro.
Niggas say, now they want you text me. Boy,
I be really trying to tell people, bro, like, mind you, I'm one of the youngest dudes on my team. A lot of dudes on my team got either wives or kids. Yeah. One thing you never do.
Either one.
And I mean, it's neither one. You don't say nothing about neither one. That's just like, it's just like an unspoken rule. Yeah. And if you do, it's get crazy. Like, you can't even be shocked. Like, you can't even be shocked. Like,
exactly.
I feel like it's
homies, people, kids.
That's why I feel like people wasn't mad at fucking Will Smith and shit. Like,
but I was not mad at Will Smith.
Yeah, like he had to do it, bro. For his house to have peace, he had to do that shit.
Then he like, you ain't smack August Alsina.
Man, I
August Alsina got jumped by Tory Lanez and them.
That nigga lives an interesting life, man.
Man, nobody's messing with that, man.
I think that's all the sports we got and shit. So, let's get to your man, bruh.
Your man. Who the fuck?
Your man Charleston White has had a busy fucking 2 weeks.
Your man.
First, T.I. fucking dropped a diss song towards him and shit. Or maybe it was just a verse, but he had a verse directed at Charleston White. Said some things about him, talk about his kid type shit. And of course, Charleston White, he like, nigga, you supposed to be tough. I talked about your kid and you went and rap. He doing the Charleston White thing, talking and shit. Then he come back with a fucking diss song. I ain't listening to that shit.
Charleston White came back with this song?
Yeah, bro. He rapping and shit, bro.
He just building his clout up on this shit.
Bro, Charleston White just an older soldier boy.
I don't get him, bro. Like, what's his purpose? Is he
That's what I'm saying. He don't got no purpose right now. I don't even know how he's famous.
talking shit?
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, what does he do other than that?
It's all right, and I'm glad you asked that, because his thing is he's supposedly helping these neighborhoods and shit that got the violence going on and all that. He bringing like a realist point of view from somebody that been through it, blah blah blah. That's his shit. What he said. But then he go on somebody's podcast this week, and he disrespecting dead motherfuckers and they mothers type shit, saying crazy shit on both. The fucking podcast, the host, like chill type shit. Like you doing too much, you standing up, poking your chest out, fucking yelling into the mic, shit like that. This nigga pulled a dog out on the podcaster. Damn. Like get out the way type shit.
On the show?
Yeah, bro, cameras and all this.
All the crazy shit.
Bruh. That shit had me shocked, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Crazy.
A nigga is that bold, bro. You gonna pull that joint in front of me, my whole production set.
That's the one. That's not the one where he sorry like white or whatever. He said, yeah, you a bitch.
Nah, that was a black dude.
Oh, hey, co-host been getting whooped because it's another one.
Oh, no, that's that's
little rapping and shit.
I was about to say 22 Jump Street. That's what's that shit?
I can't remember.
No Jumper.
No Jumper.
Yeah, Adam and them.
That's that one and shit. So I don't know. He called him a bitch.
He still he asked him again, like, what'd he say?
What you say? He said, yeah, you a bitch. Something. You a bitch. And they got baby. That shit was weak as fuck.
But
oh yeah, I do know.
Yeah, that shit weak. Yeah, that shit weak as shit. But damn,
what was fire about it though? He had the thought to take the headphones off. Like, I don't want to break no shit in here, but I just want to get to your ass type shit.
I like not that. In that. I just don't get how you could call somebody B-word and then
sit there.
He even said that. Like, say it again. And then you just
you don't think nothing gonna happen and shit.
Sat there while you got up.
I said what I said.
Number one rule, bro: do not let a nigga get up on you and you sitting down. You tripping, fool. Like, soon as he got up, you should have popped your ass up too.
Yeah.
Once he even set up.
Yeah, like, bruh, you spit on you first.
Yeah, matter of fact, yeah, he spit on you then start still that nigga still ain't get up.
Niggas is crazy, bro. That's all I got to say on that shit.
Let's segue. Wait, Charleston White was at a podcast? That's what we were just talking about?
Yeah, he pulled a dog on the podcast.
Charleston White snitch ass pulled a dog.
Picture that, bro. Picture how that'd go for him.
He done told everybody how he willing to.
Oh yeah, he said he'll never go to jail.
He's already snitched and got people in jail. It, like was bragging about it.
That nigga's a nut, man. And that's the thing about niggas like that, bro. You can't even
just
do
stay out the way.
Yeah, bro. Like,
man. Let's talk about mass shootings in America.
Yeah, it's been going crazy right now.
Man, they pick back up again.
The Walmart shit probably crazy. No, it wasn't the Walmart one first. It was the club, the nightclub.
I ain't hear about that one. I heard about the Walmart one.
The gay club.
Yeah, the club was out Colorado. Big white dude walk in, I guess, start shooting type shit. They beat the shit out his ass, get the gun off of him. He locked up right now.
So they got him.
Yeah.
Hold on. So
did you see the
I'm going to pause you on that one, though, because you about to say the video of his father?
Hell yeah,
okay.
Bruh.
Video of his father, bruh. That shit y'all like pissing me off, bro. Cause his father, you could tell, ignorant as shit.
On something. Got like
wild as shit. Like, what his father saying, his father pretty much saying in the video is like,
said, I taught him violence from a young age. He said that out his own mouth. he said when I first got the news of it, and I found out it happened at a gay club, and then I found out what really happened, I was relieved.
He was like, whew.
Because I thought he was gay because he was at a gay club, but then I found out what he did there.
Wow,
now I'm relieved type shit. And I'm like,
you're not relieved.
No, but those be the gay people though. The ones that got to do all that to prove that they not.
Or got a problem with so
I don't even get homophobia though. Like I'm telling you,
we ain't gotta go too deep on that. But you want something because when you know something about the streets and shit, and you watch the videos, Father definitely like a junkie and shit. He definitely did something strange for a piece of change.
A junkie? They say he did porn before on some freak shit, and then he had the audacity on top of all that to say I'm a fucking Mormon, a conservative Republican. And we don't do that gay shit, basically.
Yeah, basically everybody say yeah. So that's what really kind of blew me. He was like, yeah, I'm a Republican. He was like, we don't gay shit. He kind of did like a little thing. And to me, bro, as men, bro, that shit is goofy as fuck, bro. Cause what the fuck does being a Republican got to do with something else? Do you not think that they're homosexual Republicans, bro?
Exactly.
And would you not want them to vote with you because of who they have sex with, bro? Like that's just like some stupid shit.
That's not even my business.
Yeah, bro. I don't give a fuck. Like that shit, bro.
Especially not enough to harm a motherfucker because of it. Cause what?
Shit stupid, bro.
And then I'm stuck on him admitting on camera like I taught this nigga violence.
Taught him violence. You're not upset that your son just caught 4 bodies for no reason. Like people who are minding their own business, enjoying their night. They went out to enjoy their night. You know what I'm saying? And your son killed them because
whatever fucking problems he got going on.
You raised a douchebag. You can see the problem. You see his father in the video, you can see the problems and shit. Exactly. That ain't no excuse though. By no means.
Alright, so let me ask this. What's the difference between him saying that shit, and the fucking 2 parents with the kid that bought the kid the gun, let him have it, and he took it to school type
ain't no
shit?
Difference. That shit the same. That's one of the biggest problems in America. Mostly white parents like that. You know what I'm saying? Enabling their kids or pretty much creating a little monster of a kid and then releasing them on the world. But that shit crazy. And it's white parents that be doing that shit. Not to be racist, but statistics kind of show that. Like, shit.
Yeah, in regards
we can't be racist. Black people can't be racist.
That's
to be racist, that means you have to be prejudice plus oppression. You can't oppress nobody.
They say that, right? And I hate a notion with that, but I would say this. When you talk about just the word of racist, to me, it's more so you saying, I don't like somebody, or I'm not going to work with somebody, or I'm not going to do business. Right. But I'm not going to do business based on their skin tone. To me, that's just racist right there. You're not going to work or do something with somebody just for that reason. You y'all like racist a little bit. But, fuck it. No matter who you is to me. But, you go ahead and stay away from that
fucking
shit.
Parent your kids, no matter who the fuck you is. I'm going to end on that.
Yeah, for sure.
That shit is crazy. So that's not even the last one and shit. On to the Walmart one in Virginia.
Walmart, man. To me, this one
kind of fucking crazy.
You can relate to it a little bit. It's kind of like, damn, like
niggas just going to work.
People going to work, but it's work stress related. It was a Walmart manager. You know what I'm saying? Clearly stressed out on that motherfucking job.
They just show mental health too.
A lot of people can relate to that.
And a lot of dudes don't really take
mental health serious.
Yeah, it's serious. And I say one thing about our community, like the black community, we don't really like to ask for help. Mm-hmm. Like that's one thing I even said. Like some siblings, family members, and stuff like that. I know like people be having special need kids or disabilities of themselves, and they don't never want to really admit to it. Right. To sit there and get the help that is out here for us to get, right? Because they don't want to look weak or look defeated and all that.
For whatever reason.
Man, I tell people all the time, there ain't nothing wrong with getting therapy, man. Because everybody needs somebody that they can talk to.
And one thing that
can understand for real.
To elaborate the point you just made is, one, mentally and just physically. It's like the world we live in, the country we live in, you can't be surprised, or no one should be looking down on you because you have a mental issue or a health issue. Not the world we live in. The food they give us is literally designed to fuck us up. And come on now, how much stress is out here, bro?
It's really more normal than.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just we make it seem like it's normal, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? All the shit that's
we make it
seem
abnormal. That's the problem.
This shit crazy. So if you really do need these things, it's okay to ask for help, bro. Because honestly, when you, a lot of times people don't know when you speak up and admit that you need help, you might open the door for somebody else to admit it, and now you have somebody to talk to because you were willing to admit, like, yo, I'm not like this. Help with this. Somebody else can be like, yo, honestly, me too. Or they may have been dealing with it, and they can say, yo, this is kind of what I've been doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They might be somebody that never really admitted that, but because you need it now, they might be open up to you. You feel me? So definitely something to think about, y'all. Real shit. That's actually a good point, bro. That's a good segue. We can keep rolling. We don't want to stick with it too long. We don't want to mess with nobody's heads.
Condolences to everybody that lost their life in both of them.
Absolutely.
To their families, friends.
Absolutely. Y'all out here.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Pay attention. Y'all know the world we live in. We ain't even got to talk about it. It's happened so many times. Just pay attention. Hug y'all loved ones. It's really messed up that it happened so close. Like, the holidays don't, like, hold any more value than a normal day. But it's just, you more caring and you more attached to your loved ones. That shit really sucks when you lose someone around the time. Cause what you do when somebody does something like that, you fuck it up for the future. Every future holiday, now you missing that person and shit.
Yeah, that's actually big because I feel like around this time, crazy shit starts to happen because people lose people around this time and bring up memories, shit like that.
Facts, 100%.
I seen a Steve Harvey tweet, and the tweet said, "Life too short. Everybody dying left and right. You need to just love on the people that's loving on you." Facts. Because at the end of the day, bro, anybody, we can die over anything. You can die over falling off your bed.
There's people that in car accidents. There's so many different type of things, bro. Like, on the way to different shit. Like, it's just so many different type ways and possibilities. It's like,
just gotta live life.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, something I did want to segue into briefly because we already deep into the show. But as an athlete, as a football player, the mental health, because you spoke on that a little bit. Yeah. Because that's something I can make. Playing high school football, them concussions do affect you mentally and shit. We can even talk about concussions a little bit because that's something that really matters. Even now in our 20s, I'm 28 right now. So it is definitely certain ways in what I think that I realize somebody who never played football, they be like, nigga, what the fuck? Yeah. But it's shit. Sometimes it'll fuck with you, and sometimes it's just a different way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? But that shit really exists. So speaking on you, you're a pro athlete right now. Like, have you maybe experienced some of that personally? Maybe with some friends? Maybe.
Yeah, I've never experienced a concussion. God forbid, knock on wood. But I know how it can affect somebody. I've definitely seen players get concussed and they get up and forget what position they play or will be at and stuff like that. I would say the one thing that was best for my career that I ended up doing was wrestling because it taught me how to, one, keep my head out of contact, be able to take somebody down safely but efficiently, and also help me to keep people off me. So I would say that was one of the things with that. But mental health wise, you do go through a lot of stress and all that, but that also depends on the type of team you're on. Like this past team, like we was like this. Like this past year team, we was this close. Like I already know to the point where even after football, we gonna be calling each other and all that. I still FaceTime a lot of them. Right? So
that's important.
Yeah.
And you say team. Team goes deeper than just the football family. Your real family too. That's your team. Your wife, your kids, your sisters, your mother. That's your team too. So like all of that shit. Yeah. It matters.
But it's also good too because I told you I'm one of the youngest on my team. The oldest dude on my team is 39. So I'm able to get advice from someone that's doing exactly what I'm doing.
More experience.
But more experience and understands what I'm going through, really why I'm thinking like this, why I'm feeling like this, all that stuff. And that helps me get over a lot of things too, because I ain't gonna lie, I had all vets this year. Mind you, even though I was a vet, I was still the youngin' to them because
they've been in it.
I was 1 year older than our youngest rookie. So I was still the youngest on the, like, you know what I'm saying? I was still one of the youngest. Like, I even had some of the other rookies come up to me talking about, man, I thought you was like 30-something. I'm like, no, I'm 24. But, yeah, and they helped me with a lot of stuff, man. I'm talking about just dealing with my life, my, like, people's, situations I'm dealing with, like football wise, my mental health. Like, I really need somebody to talk to. Like,
important, bro.
hey,
Facts. Shout out to them. Shout out to that support system. Shout out to that. Shout out to many more. Like we got to create more of that in our community and sports and in real life. Real shit. We got to create more of those. Let's get back on the topic. I definitely had to ask you about that because we should have asked you about that earlier.
Let's get into something a little lighthearted. Is somebody unfollowing you? Do you take that personally?
If if I really was like interested in that follow, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you are. Sometimes you really like, damn, I'm like trying to connect with that person. So when you get on there one day, you like, damn. You like, damn, this person.
Alright, so I'm more so talking about like somebody you already like cool with, maybe a friend, maybe somebody you talking to, something like that. Cause let me keep it 100 with you. I can't follow the girl that I'm fucking with on nothing. I don't want to see none of that shit. So like you shouldn't feel a way that I'm not following you because I probably still look at your tweets and all that shit, but I just don't follow you type shit. So I don't think you should take it personally, but some people do. Like, hit your phone mad, why you want all that
so
shit.
me personally, sometimes it do be a blow. Cause it's like, damn, if I post something, some people I kind of want you to see it, not even on the negative tip.
Send it to them.
Not everybody you can reach out. Say if y'all had an issue and they blocked you or whatever. It's like some shit, like it could be a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I like want you to see this and shit. So yeah, sometimes it can be a blow up. But if it's like you really don't fuck with this person, I do not give a fuck. Like you really don't fuck with this person, like nah, I don't care. But if it's somebody you know you just like actually fuck with a little bit, I'm sorry, like stop playing with the fuck. Life's short.
Maybe you posted something crazy today. There's so many reasons a nigga could like somebody would unfollow you. Like it don't gotta be personal.
Yeah, that's facts too. Definitely.
Especially if like we still talk, we still cool, we text each other. Like,
real life matter.
Yeah,
real life definitely matter. We still link it up in real life, and social media it could be some reason there. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that. So now and then I don't take that first.
Alright, so look, I seen another podcast, right? I wish I knew the name of it. And they had somebody call in, a girl. She told a crazy ass story. She said she bought drugs from somewhere. Turned out it was fentanyl. She driving, take it, crash, go into a coma. Like 36 hours type shit. Wake up.
I think I know what Jones you talking about.
She wake up. Her dude right beside her. She like out of coma, so she can't really talk like that. But he like, yeah, we gotta talk about something type shit. She already knew what it was. Before that shit happened, she said she had a fresh dick pic sent to her phone type shit.
From who? The fuck?
Some nigga.
Yeah, some unnamed guy. Long story short, you know, she in the hospital, medical bills and all that. She had to have like a surgery and shit. And she found out that nigga canceled her motherfucking health insurance. Her dude. Her husband type shit. And I just wanted to get your opinion on it type shit. Like, is he too petty?
Why did he do it? I'm confused. Why did he cancel her house?
Because
she cheating.
Yeah.
Cheating, okay.
He went through the phone when she
What's
was in
that
the
little
coma.
What's that little TikTok? Get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it.
They cancel the health insurance.
Get somebody else to do it.
Health insurance is like, damn, man, I don't give a fuck if you sick.
Nah,
that's fucked up.
That's how you know he was done.
Yeah, he done.
He's sick.
And he gave you a chance to talk about it too, and you.
He didn't care. He was like, you could die today.
That's crazy.
Heartbreak. That's
how it make you feel. To be honest, he probably knew she wasn't gonna die. That's probably why he did that.
Right, he in perfect health.
You just gotta pay that shit.
Yeah, you gotta pay that
out of pocket.
40,000. That 16 for the ambulance.
No bullshit.
They gonna spank her. She don't got no insurance. That thing was probably gonna be like $400 with the insurance.
And I'm about to leave your ass. I don't got no money for it.
No money for, and I'm gonna get a divorce, and I'm suing you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Pain and suffering.
Patty. Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler. What y'all think about? First of all, why Elon Musk trying to crash Twitter so bad? What y'all think about him calling Ferguson fiction?
Again, one of them not surprising things. he's a fucking South African man child, bro. Like, it's not surprising at all, bro. Like, he probably don't even know what the fuck he's talking about.
Actually, y'all making some great points. Y'all making some great points because definitely a South African.
Bro, you gotta think, bro. Not even that.
Great point.
To be a billionaire, bro, you have to be a sociopath. That's why anytime a billionaire does anything, I'm just like, we don't think like them. We really don't. Like, we really don't. That's why when people be trying to listen to they little entrepreneurs that be like super rich, and they be like, you gotta get up at 4:30 in the morning. I'm like, bro, mind you, I get up that early, but I'm still chilling in bed. Like, I ain't up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not everybody's niche. Like, you feel what I'm saying? You gotta find your own way for real, but they just be tripping. I just think any billionaire just, whatever they do.
Definitely be tripping, because
then the way he did it was
Mike Brown's situation definitely happened. It's definitely sad and wild as shit. So.
And then to just say that shit off the word of official findings of the police and shit is like, you just uneducated about how this shit go then. Yeah. Like, yeah.
And mind you, what's the odds of him truly, really knowing what's going on?
Exactly.
Right.
Like, he's dealing with too much stuff. That's what I'm saying. He's dealing with too much stuff.
At what point did he even really pay attention to this shit? You know what I'm saying?
He just
like,
being petty and Twitter fucking headquarters about some fucking shirts. And that's what that shit came from. Like, the fuck
what y'all think about the Balenciaga situation?
That shit is wild.
It's just weird. It's very
weird. What you talking about with the Kanye?
Nah. So Balenciaga came out with a commercial.
It was like an ad. Like, what was it, clothes?
Clothes?
It was like kids' clothes or
different
some shit.
Like different stuff. In the commercial, they got like a teddy bear. It's wearing like the little BDSM. It's like a child holding a child. Exactly. Yeah. But it's not what BDSM shit is, right? That's the little leather, little straps the motherfucker wear with the little mouth shit or something.
That's
the BDSM shit.
Got a child holding a teddy bear.
And so, as an adult, you know,
that's not even
preference.
the end of it. Though,
as a child,
it's also another picture with some like paper strewn about and shit. Somebody zooms in and sees what it is. It's basically a fucking court document about a fucking child porn case. On top of this weird ass fucking shit for the concept of the fucking photo shoot type shit.
See that shit. Somebody they pointed something else out about the yellow tape, but we get into that.
The crazy part to me is it's fucking Fox News that's exposing this shit. It ain't the fucking social justice warriors, whatever y'all want to call motherfuckers, but it's them. It's Fox News really did a story on this shit. I'd have never knew this shit happened because I don't fucking shop at Balenciaga. So that shit is weird, bruh. And I understand people going at Balenciaga, but like, what the fuck is the photographer name?
You know what's funny to me? I saw a tweet that said Adidas is really hoping nobody realizes that was a collab commercial. It's funny as shit. Not really funny, but
shit is nasty.
Yeah, this shit is disgusting.
And I don't want that shit swept under the rug either. I want answers for that shit. Like, whose idea was that shit?
Yeah,
what y'all trying to get across there?
Very bad idea. Very weird. Just weird.
To even come up with some shit like that.
To think that would be accepted. Like, to think that's something you should do, what people just gonna be like, oh, that's nice. Nah, nigga. The fuck? It's not fashion. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not fashion. Not at all.
You just brought up Adidas. Let's get into Kanye ass. Apparently he went to go meet Trump. Asked him to be his like running mate for 2024. He said some bad shit about Kim K, but they blurred it out in the shit. So I don't know what's specific.
Trump said some bad shit about Kim K.
Yeah, and it's like, my nigga, what you want? You do the same shit, nigga, publicly. Like you say, niggas don't play about their wives and shit, but like if you playing with your wife publicly, then
it's really wild.
Somebody might feel inclined or feel like they could.
In Trump mind, he think he backing up Kanye.
For sure.
But he don't realize.
And you talking to a nigga that we know what he just did to his first wife, bro. Come on.
Trump is crazy.
Yeah, like. Nigga don't give a fuck about none of his
wives. What he say about Kim K?
He don't give a fuck about.
Don't give a fuck about none of his wives, let alone.
What he say about her? What he say blurred it out?
They blurred it out. Wow. So it had to be something.
Had to be pretty fucking good. What was Kanye's reaction?
It don't sound like he did nothing. Of course, he ain't touch him. Secret Service.
Obviously.
So basically, you just took that shit. Is what I got from it.
They waiting on Kanye to bust a move like that. You tripping.
Get on the fuck out.
That's what happens when you kiss up to these motherfuckers.
Exactly. And that's another, like, I don't.
That's why you don't
what
do
you
it.
want me to do with this info, bro? You've been a bootlicker for the motherfuckers the last 8 years. So. Surprise.
Yeah, not fucking lying, man. What else we got, man? Let's talk about Shanquella Robinson situation. We haven't
talked about it.
Yeah, we haven't spoken on it yet. That shit is.
And I'm glad we didn't, because now information is coming out, and as the case progressing. But it definitely been a crazy story from the type shit.
So,
I guess I'll let you tell the backstory. You better with the backstories on shit.
I'm sure everybody know by now, but basically, Shanquella Robinson goes out of town with a group of friends, goes to like Mexico. Something happens. At first, this what happened. Something happens. They call back home to her peoples, basically saying she got alcohol poisoning and not responding type shit. The friends are saying this. They leave Mexico. She dies. They leave Mexico, come back without her fucking body. Pretty much not telling her family shit. So it was already some like fishy shit going on.
From from the jump, you go out of town with somebody, they pass away during a trip, and you don't
just fucking leave.
You just leave,
Yeah,
but
that's
you didn't even leave immediately. I think they was there for a couple more days or some hours, right?
I think so.
So yeah, they were there they finished the trip out, then left. Like that tells you they ain't even give a fuck about this person.
Then they come back home. Of course, Shanquella's family feels some type of way.
They came back home through her car too. They used her car.
I ain't hear that. That's crazy.
They used her car to come back.
That's wild shit. So basically, they do the Instagram shit. Some of the friends trying to clear their names or whatever the case may be. FBI got involved along the way, helping because it happened in Mexico, helping Mexican authority type shit. The investigation been going on for the past couple weeks, and then they just announced that basically it's an arrest warrant out for somebody. They didn't announce no names. I'm assuming that's because they want to keep that hush because they got to extradite a motherfucker. So we got to find this motherfucker first. We don't want to tip him off that we coming type shit. That's probably what that is. But yeah, it's a wild fucking story.
Let's talk about the situation. We talk about just why it's important to like really know who your friends are and like actually have good friends.
Stop being so quick to hang out with her.
Yeah, I was just about to say that notion we got in this generation right now, where like you can just meet anybody on social media. Hey, you pretty? I'm pretty. You cool? I'm cool. You get money? I get money.
That, bro. I literally know somebody that told me that they're thinking about going on a trip with complete strangers from like a Facebook group, like a travel Facebook group. And I'm like, huh? That don't sound
safe.
And that, especially if you don't like or take somebody you know at least, or you know what I'm saying, start in contact with your people. There's so many other things that you gotta be doing if you even considering that. These could be complete strangers. There could be somebody who literally made a fake page just to get you to come on this trip. Exactly. Let alone, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit crazy.
But yeah, like you just got to, because of course it turns out that I guess one of the girls had a problem with him, or maybe multiple of them had a problem with her. A fucking video came out of them fighting down there. The autopsy came out showing that it wasn't no fucking alcohol poisoning, and that she like had a broken spine and some more shit. Basically saying she got assaulted down there. Like, the video comes out, fucking corroborates that. I don't know. Yeah, somebody ought to be in a fucking Mexican prison.
Very, very bad situation, bro.
Definitely is, man.
Rest in peace to her, because we know 100% sure she ain't go down there expecting that.
Yeah. Shit, from the videos that dropped, it looked like she was trying to have a good time. She looking for people like, let's go to the pool. Let's get into the
When you raise around certain like demographics, you understand that some people, they just not good people. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might can walk on certain groups, they could be accepted into certain things, but they not good people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be a good person. You gotta be raised certain ways to peep that shit. Or you gotta be, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta be able to have an eye for that shit. and somebody really just leave your ass dead in another country. Like, that's crazy as shit. Like, what the fuck?
Rest in peace to her. That shit, I like. That whole situation just nasty.
Yeah, man.
Condolences to her family too, for sure. I think that was the last topic.
I thought we had something. What was it last time? Yeah, that was. Yeah, we spanked everything. That's a good list. We ran through that. Definitely, hey, bro. Shout out to you for coming through this motherfucker.
Yeah, no problem. Appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Nah, so we gonna run it back. Cause you about to get that third chip. You hear me?
Yeah. We gonna come back with my other rings next time.
We need that MVP trophy. You know
oh yeah, that's what I'm going for this year.
You gotta get that MVP trophy. We need them NFL calls. You hear me? Man, shout out to you, bro. Shout out, hey, look, appreciate you for coming through, bro. Shout out to PG County, bro, producing some of the best, bro.
Oh yeah, if we want to get into that, we can get into that.
Yeah, we can.
All
man,
sports.
It's literally more topics we can get into. There's so much shit we can talk about, bro. But we're gonna say that for another episode. I ain't even gonna hold you. Y'all be easy. Good Guys Podcast. We out this bitch, man.